And welcome everyone to Indonesia. We are in Bali with $615,000 prize funds for 3 world tournaments. This one is the WPA Women's World 10-Ball Championships presented by VenBilliards. And this is the last 16. 64 ladies started out. There's 16 remaining. This match between Ruben Amit from the Philippines and Pia FILLER from Germany. This is 3 out of 5 races to 4 playing 10-ball. I am George Teachad, joined by Eric Horlifson from Canada. Welcome, Eric. We got a hot one here.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match. Amit coming in as the favorite, but FILLER getting stronger and stronger every time we see her. Definitely playing well enough to give Amit a good run, if not possibly take the match.
Well, both ladies have been through some matches here. Amit has yet to lose a set. She has won her first match against Mirjana Grusevic from Venezuela 2-0, from Hong Xinyu 2-0 from Chinese Taipei, and Wang Wanling 2-0 also from Chinese Taipei. Pia to break. She's played 4 matches. She won her first match from Alada Gafati from Turkey, but then lost to, and then defeated Silviana Liu from Indonesia, but lost to Soa from South Korea, and then went through the losers, then Shui Qingshang from Chinese Taipei. So she's tasted defeat, but also proved herself in 3 other matches.
Yeah, she had a good week in Vietnam, winning the mixed doubles with her husband, Josh FILLER. Like I said, George, she's improving. It's just little things. Just looking at the speed of the first break, just kind of hit it not as high speed as some of the other women. Can tend to hurt her a little bit. But she'll just have to make it up in the all-around department.
Yeah, improvement is the key with Pia. I remember when she was about a 660 Fargo. She is now at 718. She is ranked number 4 by the WPA, but she spends a lot of time in the U.S. and plays a lot of the WPA events, and she's ranked number 3 there. So, in fact, I'd like to give a little shout out to the WPBA for their website and all the info that's available. It is so commentator friendly. It gives you history of matches, players, information. It just has a lot of info along with the rankings, and I thank them for that.
The 6 might only pass in the top left. Ideally, she'd like to get an angle on the 5 near where the 7 is. Come around 3 rails towards the right side of the table for the 6. There's a bit of work to do here. Pretty big power draw, 1 rail across. Might come at it 2 rails. Be a little easier on the power. Just a question if she can get tight enough into it. Yeah, just 1 rail. She's not going to be able to get into that 3 rail angle I was talking about. Still possible ways back to the 6. Ideally, if she can leave an angle to play to the right of the 8 and back towards it. Amit is just very consistent overall. You never see her playing badly. Kind of have the low bar for her game is still very high.
Well, she's a true champion. You know, two-time world 10-ball champion, world 9-ball champion, 21 titles. She won this past spring in the Predator Las Vegas Open in the same type of format.
Current women's world 9-ball champion too, correct, George?
Mm-hmm. That was 2024. That women's 9-ball championship will be coming up in Jacksonville, I believe it was.
That's right, yeah.
Yes,
Third week of
December
December.
16th through the 2nd. Yeah. Wouldn't it be something if she takes this championship and then comes and takes that one, putting all those together? Her two 10-ball wins are in 2013 and 2009. So, but that 9-ball win was just last year, and here it comes again in December. I'm sure she'll be there for that.
Extension.
Yeah, one more Pro Billiard series between that tournament and now. Last week of November in Spain. World Junior Championships and a few open events on offer for that one.
Yeah, men's, women's, and a mixed doubles
10 corner.
in Spain coming up, along with the Junior World 10-ball Championships. And Pia won the lag. Rubelin won the game. It's 1-0. Amit. Rubelin is, I guess, one of the organizers of the Amit Cup, which is tournaments provided for the young women throughout the Philippines. They don't get much opportunity to play, and these tournaments provide them that opportunity. And a couple of products that are here, a couple of products from that organization. You have Carmila Buhat and Rocky Constantino that are in this championship. And they play in,
And Buhat had
I think they've had, go ahead, Eric.
Buhat had a semifinal finish in Vietnam, so not only participating in the tournament, doing very well.
Sure.
Amit actually beat
And
Buhat in the semifinals 2 weeks ago.
Your referee is Nguyen Chung from Vietnam. You know, quite the hotbed for pool. Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines. Wow. Those three areas are quite the hotbed. A lot of pool fans.
Yeah, so many players playing too. Lots of 50-table pool rooms, every table going. These two countries, Indonesia, Vietnam, they're going to start producing champions in the near future. Looking down for a mitt. Push situation for filler. Kind of tough to push here because if you leave the only part of the one you can leave is the center of it, something in between the 3-7, and there's a big danger of leaving a safe where the cue ball ends up behind the 3. There is something down to the short rail. I think she'll have to go down there. So she might just tie the 7 up with the 1. Things a little tougher. Okay. Small danger of Amit leaving the cue ball behind the 3 here.
You know, we all talk about how fast Jessica Centeno plays. A lot of us do. You know, Rubelin's not far behind that. Oh, she got kissed out of it, but still found cover.
Yeah, Rubelin just plays on intuition. Talented player and very experienced player. Kind of the way I see Centeno developing in the future, just a little more polished, a little stronger in the safe department. But Cheska's in a tough first round battle. Can't remember who her opponent is, but I had a look earlier and noted it as one of the tougher matches in the first round of the final 16.
Okay, let's take a look. I can try to give you that information. She is playing the reigning champion, Cristina Tekac, the Crystal.
That's right. Yeah, so Centeno coming through on the loser side. 8 women advanced on the winner's side, and they draw into players from the loser side. Centeno lost her second match, I think, first or second. Came back 3 or 4 rounds to make it back to the final 16. They end up drawing each other. So actually, the past 2 champions, George. Centeno won in 2023 and
Correct.
Tekac won in 2024.
Yeah, Cheska lost to Amber Chen in
Okay.
the winner round 1.
Amit's on a guaranteed hit if she goes off the left long rail. The cue ball's playing a little long. She's going to play something creative here. 2 rails out of the corner. Bit of stun. Oh, just nicked it. Good
She
contact,
rocked
creative
it.
distance. Looks like the cue ball can play in front of the 5. Might need a slight bit of left spin. I think she'll be looking to land the cue ball between the 8-10.
Extension.
Can't quite tell if the cue ball is going too far to the right off the 2. If it is, it's a bit of trouble because you wouldn't want to hit the 5. This was good as far as letting the cue ball escape. Speed had to be perfect for the side, and it is, George. Nice shot.
Yeah, it lays nice to get on the 4, too. All around, good shot. Perfect angle to go to the 4 ball. Yeah, Pia with a lot of
Straight on
success
the
in
5.
the.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Pia with a lot of success in the mixed teams. They just won the box billiard mixed teams. Her and her husband Joshua, but also won the 2023 World Teams in Puerto Rico. She's a 10-time Euro champion. And as you mentioned, she's holding more than holding her own on the world stage now.
Yeah, I think she's a in any tournament she plays in. Again, the break can improve a little bit. Small improvements in all-around areas. But her mental game seems a lot stronger, and she seems a lot more comfortable on the table. Just comes along with improving overall. 60 points is a big jump in 2 years, George.
Oh, she's gone at least that.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere in my notes or computers, I have a picture of the top 100 women in Fargo, of course, the picture of the rankings. And if I could find that, not now, but when I find it for the future, I'd like to take a look at that maybe 2-3 years ago and see just how far they've all come. Because I remember a lot of these young ladies were in the mid 600s, 670, with the exception of a lot of the Asian players. Most of them have come along. They're now in the mid 700s to low 700s. And all of that in 2 years, maybe 3.
That's missing the side for filler. Amit looking to take advantage.
Hand corner.
And again, Filler has her taste of the table, but Amit gets to eat the games. 2-0. Right along with this tournament here in Indonesia, we also have the Yalin WPA Men's 8-Ball World Championships going on. And that one's moving right along. $250,000 prize fund, $70,000 for the winner. And that one's coming down to what the winner's qualification, I believe, comes up after this match. So we're getting pretty close to the business end of that, too. And they play down to the final 32. The ladies with 64 players play down to the final 16. Federations and WPA ranking points brought in 96 players for that 8-ball championship.
Yeah, shout out to my friend Waleed Hashim from Canada. Defeated Wojciech Shevchuk in losers round 1. He'll be playing losers round 2 against Max Eberle later today. Only his 3rd world championship, I believe, George. Big win. Square hit from Amit. Nothing down. Filler looking to push for distance here.
What's up?
Amit can possibly play the cue ball behind the 9. It's going to take a bunch of left spin. Not really many other safes on offer. Chance for filler. Go behind the 4, and that's trouble for filler here. Got to kick to the right long rail.
Two ball, corner pocket.
Yeah, this kick shot lays pretty natural right at the 2 ball. And she caught it. Did she lose the cue ball? No. She's good.
Firm chance for Amit. Nothing really to do on position. Can just try to stop the cue ball. She's a fairly strong jumper.
Well, if she's able to stop it, she's got the 3 ball on the side. And there you go.
Amit off to a good start here, playing well. A couple small mistakes from filler. It looks like she's going to have to come with a pretty strong game to hang with Amit today.
Extension.
Still favor playing the 5 in the top left pocket. Just taking the 7 and 8 out of the equation.
You don't think she'll use the window between the 8-5?
She could. I just like not involving other balls when you have the chance to. Can really kill the cue ball 2 rails underneath it. You're right though. She's cueing hot note. Got down low. I think she is going to go underneath it. Oh, cued lower than I thought. Yeah, you're right, George. Just 1 rail out.
I just thought she'd go to the left there between the 8-5.
Yeah. Just got a little worried about the speed, maybe. Got distracted on the pocketing, and first missed ball from Amit. Shot from filler, and she's in decent line now. Josh and P are real all-around professionals. They have an online and social media presence. Saw today they just released a vlog of their time in Indonesia so far. Didn't get a chance to watch it, but if you want a feel of what the venue is like in and around the action this week in Indonesia, I'm sure I can give you a bit of insight on that.
The killer fillers?
Yeah.
Looks like P is going to put her mark on the scoreboard with these 3 balls.
Solid out after missing the 4 by Amit.
And Pia cuts the lead by 1 for a 1-2 scoreline. These short sets can get out of hand fast, and you can get back in them fast.
Yeah, first miss from Amit here on the 4, but did jump in a nice 2-ball and is looking strong overall.
Tkach just won her first game of the first set. She trails Centeno 1-3.
Yeah, Cheska survived a shootout along her way to qualifying back for stage 2 against Wei Su Chen. Little better power there, but crossed the rack. She's going to leave the 1 on for Amit. Amit's going to hope she can get the cue ball to the left of the 5. If she can't, it's a bit of trouble because the 6-10 is blocking the path towards the 2.
Yeah.
Looking like she feels okay to get it inside there. Good shot. Came down a little too far below it. She'll barely be able to hold it up 1 rail for the 3 in the top right. Looking down towards the left middle. Might consider drawing up the right long rail, but it looks like a little too much angle for that. Just coming across it. What a smart shot, George. Couldn't slow it down 1 rail. It really extended the track in a way you normally wouldn't. Mitt has all the tools, George. You know, these
Yes,
outside
she
the box
does.
shots that come up every once in a while. Yeah, just smart player. Overcut that one a little bit, so got a little less draw than she would have if she would have hit center pocket. Still manageable on the 4. Has to avoid the 9 coming across table. 6 passes in the bottom right. Beautiful played. Yeah, she's looking good, George. Just that 1 slip up on the 4 so far. It looks like Filler's going to have her hands full in this match.
Well, we kind of knew that from the get-go that this was going to be a tough match for both players. Pia improving all the time. Now to a point where she's a threat to win any match against anybody.
People are playing the wrong way slightly, and a bit of a grimace from Amit. She can just accept more distance on the 9. I think she's still going to be able to get fairly close for the corner, just can't play through to the side.
Attention.
And this 10 ball to take a 3-1 lead in the first set, which is a race to 4. It's 3 of 5 sets, race into 4. With a little twist at the end, if they are tied hill or 3-3 in the 5th and deciding set, it goes to a shootout, which is a treat in itself.
That shot on the 2 ball was the key to this rack. Just picking on a track that pretty much never comes up. Shot that you can't even shoot on a table with older cloth. But knew the slide of the table, played it perfectly. Can see the table's thinning out a little bit in the back. Only 16 women left. Still about 64 men left. There'll be an action later today. One ball down. It's the ball she was looking for. Decently on the 2. And a chance for a break and run finish for Amit. I have to move the cue ball a bit in this rack, but looks like fairly open play. Gonna want to avoid the 9 coming back to the 4. She can play the cue ball 2 rails. Really just trying to land straight enough on the 4 here where she can pretty much stop where it is. Oh, didn't like the play in the side, so decided to go up in the corner. Second miss ball for Amit now. Kind of ones that you wouldn't expect her to normally miss.
Yeah, that was a pretty straightforward shot, but I think with the outside English she put on it to go the 2 rails, she opened it up and overcut the 3 ball.
Yeah, I might have just caught a little too much throw on the 3 or swerve on the cue ball. Just thinking about what went wrong on that shot. Could see in her chair. It's what good players do. They take note when they make mistakes. Might not always necessarily be, they might have judged it perfectly, but just have to make small tweaks for the conditions.
Did she come back far enough? Just.
Yeah, she's okay to make it, and Lots of natural travel with the cue ball here, so the angle won't bother her too much. I thought she'd go for that, George. Must have been a little thinner than it appeared on our view. Was
Yeah,
it an issue where she couldn't slow it down?
I just don't really see a reason why she didn't, except she felt the safety was higher percentage.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest her trying to get into kicking battles with Amit, though. That's the thing.
And that's a very good example as to why.
Yeah. It's playing into Amit's strengths. Still has to play her own percentages. Might have been just a little thinner than it looked.
Corner. Foul. Close foul.
Ball in hand chance for Amit now to finish off the set.
Yeah, this will probably cost her the first set. Not often will Amit not finish these balls off. But she's had a couple of misses, so you might have some hope.
I don't mind getting below the 8 here. Above it will work too. Just don't want to end up straight. Below the 8 plays into the second rail a little more and back into the angle a little more. This could be trouble, and she knows it. Yeah. Particularly if it's perfectly straight. And her body language is saying it. She's going to have a hard time getting back up table. Yeah, just going over and taking a look at the long pocketing angle. Doesn't have much else. She must have been trying to come back 2 rails there, just under hit the draw a bit. So first set on the line.
I think the only problem there, Eric, was the fact that she left the ball on the rail. If it comes off and can spin the ball or use English, she can get to the 9 ball.
Yeah, just under hit the speed overall a little bit.
And Rubelin Binkay, as she is affectionately called by the Filipinos, the Pinoys and Pinays. Nice shot on that 9 ball. Yeah, comes around 4 rails from position. Whoa.
One last tester in the first set here. This will be a good recovery from a bad spot. And that's the first set to Amit.
Yes, it is. And the players normally take a little break there. One of the other tournaments that were held and is over now, and which Pia Filler, I was going to say was a part of, but she wasn't. It was men's doubles. Was the 24 elite teams from around the world for the men's doubles world championship. And that was won by the Chinese Taipei team. And Canada took second place. Poland and Peru were semifinalists. And then I think the rest of the field was Greece, Hong Kong, Albania, and the Czech Republic. 5th through 8th there for the quarterfinalists. And Chinese Taipei had a nice $70,000 paycheck. Canada with 40. Poland and Peru with 20 for each team, and the other 4 quarterfinalists got $10,000 apiece per team. Here's some stats from the pool stat guy, Michael Salmon and Avi. Guys spend a lot of time watching these streams, getting these stats just right. And things that stick out is the overall performance. 850 versus 695. Shot after the break and the break success both go to Amit. Missed shots, though, as you can see, Rublin with 2 and Pia with 1. 2 fouls by Pia, and balls pocketed is pretty much tells the whole story. Both playing safety about to the same percentage.
Right, we'll want to upper break success a little bit in the sets going forward. Filler only had 2 breaks, didn't make a ball on either of them. Couple fouls drawn for Amit. Strong first set overall from Rublin. Pia just got caught in a couple spots where she was trying to play position and didn't get the position she wanted. How we doing with Centeno and to catch? That's the one I'm interested in.
Since she's not there yet, let's take a look. I have to make sure I refresh just before I call out the scores. Otherwise, they're just not there. Okay. They're tied at 3 in the first set, Centeno and Tkach.
Wow.
Wang Wanling leads 1-0 over Sosoa. And let's take a look at some of our other champions. Che Yu is tied at 3 with Bean Hung from New Zealand. And Margarita Fefilova Steyer is tied with Chihiro Kawahara, 3 games apiece in the first set. And here's a little surprise, and I'm beginning to think Cho Che-yu has really worked hard with her younger sister, but Cho Xia is 1-0 and 1-0 in the second set over Kelly Fisher.
Wow. I still haven't seen her play, George. I can't really comment, but her results are getting stronger. And first time we saw her, or first time she was a part of the Pro Billiard Series, was in Vietnam. Besting that result this week so far.
Well, she made the final 16 in the Saigon Open.
Okay, so same round. Yeah.
Yeah. Lost to Camille Buhat from the Philippines.
Chance for Filler to have a positive start. Wants to get pretty straight on the 2 and possibly have the option to shoot the 3 in the top left. Be a little too much angle. Gonna have to run into the 4 now. 3 is available on the side. She'll want to have the option to play the corner, if possible. Nicely played onto the 4. Looks like she's pretty straight on the 3. She will have that corner option if she feels like she can't develop anything off the side. It's tough, too. She's completely straight and kind of drawing back into the 4.
And we've seen those side pockets. If you hit them hard, they come out.
Exactly. Even this close to it. Want to be leery of it. And she is going to go in the corner. Slightly undercut. And that's the side of the pocket you favor. She just didn't quite get it going high enough up the rail. Pocket would have played real big at that speed. Just undercut slightly. Straight back draw now for Amit. Looks like she's drawing a little to the right of the 5. Not afraid to power draw the ball with an open bridge. Good shot. Shasha Liu is also in the final 16 of the women's World 10 ball. She's a very dangerous player, maybe a player that's not as familiar to people that have only been following women's pool for the last 5 years, but about 10 years ago, she was the world champion at a very young age, 16 years old. I think if she wins her first round, she'll play the winner of Centeno and to catch. Amit looking strong again. Pia just got herself a little too much angle on the 2. Things started getting a little tougher from there.
Extension.
You know, in the final 16, Eric, we have 3 previous World 10 ball champions: Tkach, Jasmine Ocean, and Cho Che-yu. Actually, there's 4 because Ruben Amit's there too. So there's 4 previous champions.
Wow. Strong group of players left.
Hand corner.
Number 1 is set number 2 for Amit. She'll be breaking in rack number 2, looking strong here. Pia with not really any explicit mistakes, but just getting caught in some unfortunate spots.
Looking at this 3-ball that she played to the corner in second view, she could have just pocketed it to the side softly and then rolled the 4-ball past the 10 and played safe on the 7-ball. But it's, hindsight.
Yeah.
So
Intuition is always to stay offensive in a spot like that.
exactly. You hate to turn an easy
would've had
shot down or what you think is easy shot.
Yeah, she had an angle. She had a good shot on the 4. Just undercut the 3 a bit. It was unfortunate that she couldn't play the 3 in the side. Just ended up getting too straight on it where she couldn't develop anything positive. See Jasmine Ocean in the background on the right side. Not the best spread off that break. Nothing down. Unclear whether she has enough of the 1. Think she might, George. Yeah, coming over
Yeah,
and
it
looking
looks like
at
she
the
does.
position on the
She's
2. That's good angle, moving back
well,
towards
she's
the 3. Yeah, gonna have to play to the short side of it here. Just a bit of left spin will bring up the left side of the table. Decent speed. Wanted to be a little straighter or moving to the left, ideally. She can stun in between the 6 and 9. That'd be a good play, but it's tough to miss both balls.
give you an idea of the strength of the field. In WPA, there's, the top 10. All top 10 are here and in the final 16. Wait, is Wei still in the final 16?
Has beat her earlier in the tournament, but that was a tough draw for both players, just meeting early.
Yeah. With the exception of Wei, all top 10 are still in.
Yeah, Filler just didn't like the angle she had on the 3 to get position on the 4. Played a good save here. It looks like she's going to favor the kick on this one. I don't mind the jump if you hit the right side of the 3. Play the 3 ball over to the left side, and there's a lot of coverage going towards that pocket. Gonna try the kick. Didn't see a call, so kind of just going for contact. She's gonna leave something. Chance for filler.
Little combo, and she's going to want an angle to come down for the 4.
Oh, didn't expect the cue ball to not have so little energy. I think she's going to have to play safe here, George. I don't believe the 3 passes the 7.
It doesn't appear to. She's going to put the cue ball behind the 7 from her angle that she's taken here.
Might have got just far enough. Amit will have a pretty makeable jump. Might have the right side of it, but that's going to run the cue ball into the 5 most of the time. Good shot. Swerved around to the left side. Knew she wouldn't be able to develop anything good off the right.
6 ball corner pocket.
Doesn't look like she's left the pocketing angle, but has left the left side of the 3 for Amit.
3 corner.
She's called it in the corner. Gonna have to be a jump, though.
She had that good jump shot on that 2 ball in the 3rd rack of the first set.
Yeah, she's a strong jumper. Played a good safe on the previous inning, but I kind of thought she'd jump at that one. Does have that out, though, if she wants it.
Yeah, nice 4-rail safety there.
Amit can take the cue ball near the 10. Gonna have to get in good line with the 10. I don't believe she'll be able to get behind the 4. Gonna be cutting the 3 over the top right. It's tough to find cover on any other shot. Yeah, did kind of what she was trying there. Philly's going to consider comboing the 3 into the 9 and the 9 off the 6. If anything, the 9's playing a little thickly into the 6. Could be a possibility.
9 corner.
Yeah, she can keep the cue ball out of the way with some left spin. She's going the opposite. Straight in.
Double. Yeah, I think it double kissed in, George. That was an odd one.
6 corner.
No way she could have cut it that much directly. But good shot from Filler. No good on the cam. A chance for Amit now. And Filler's going to have to clean up these small mistakes if she wants to be successful in this match.
Four corner.
Recurve the 4. Filler really has to get out in this rack, assert herself.
Well, she's got to be speed conscious here, Eric. On position for the 5. Cutting the 4 ball pretty thin.
Yeah, might have to go across 2 rails. Good shot. Middle of the table wide open. Good angle to come back for the 10. This is the start she needed. Just kind of get a little more feel in open table play.
And she'll tie things up with this 10 ball and get on the board 1 game earlier than in set number 1. And BK still leads 2 game. I mean, they're tied in the second set, but leads with 1 set to 0. And Cheska's off and running on the second set. She's up 2-0 over Tkach.
Did she get the first one? I didn't actually hear the result of the first set there.
She won the first set. They were tied at 3, and Cheska won the first set. And now up 2-0. Jasmine Ocean up 3-1 in the second set after winning the first. And Pia to break here in game number 3. Yeah, there's just no power in that break, is there, Eric?
Yeah, there never really has been. Not sure why. I mean, she's average size. Just needs to find a way to kind of get some more acceleration on the forward stroke or something. She has all the coaching around her. It's just something she's always struggled with. And especially with this hand rack, it just gets exploited.
One corner.
It's going to go rail first. Natural angle around to the 2. Looking at possibly having it ball first. We're going to settle on rail first here. Coming a little thick, but got the cue ball out enough. Decently natural position back towards the 3.
Extension.
One rail back's okay here, George. She should miss the 10 to the left of it. Let's go 3 rails around now. Decently open path. It's not quite straight enough on the 4 and not quite getting in perfect line yet. She can stun between the 6 and the corner pocket. Hold the cue ball at the right side of the table. Just crossing the angle a fair bit going this way. She'll be hoping she has the bottom right. Right down on the angle. And if she doesn't have a full pocket from this distance, it's a tough shot.
Yeah, she's going to have it tough getting on the 7 too, Eric, off the 6.
Yeah. Looks like she has about 2/3 pocket. Shot.
That's a nice shot
the left
there.
part of the pocket. Yeah, speed's going to have to be perfect on this shot. Crossing the angle too, increasing the difficulty. Looks pretty good, George. Looks perfect. Shot from filler.
Yeah. That angle she had on the 6 ball laid perfect to get on the 7.
I've been looking for her first lead of the match now.
And this 10 ball to take that first lead you talked about. And there it is, 2-1. Pia Filler over Rubelin Amit in the second set. It's 3 out of 5 sets. Very similar to tennis. These races to 4, 3 out of 5. The only twist is the spot shot on the 5th and deciding set. If they're tied, it goes to the shootout. He is a Predator-sponsored player, and we were talking about her cue. Was that you and I, or was that Tim and I talking about her cue? And we figured out it was a Sang Lee, along with the help of the chat.
Interesting. That's just a certain edition from Predator, or
Yes.
pardon me, were you talking about? Yeah, because he was a billiards
the
player.
Sang Lee. Yes, the Sang Lee has some very, very nice cues. In fact, when I was in Vegas, I'm going to say the year before last, I almost bought one similar to the one she has.
First ball on the break for Filler. 5 balls tied up to the 10. Could push for distance here. Has to guard against Amit possibly playing behind the stack of 3. Always tough to push in 10 ball because there's so many balls on the table. Oh, don't want to go behind the 9.
Oh.
And that's an odd mistake.
She says, I'm not going to bother to look over at Rubelin. I know I'm shooting this.
Yeah.
Probably got a smile.
Just wanted to get.
Probably got it. She probably
9.
got a smile from Rubelin.
Gonna have to play a decent amount of left spin to swing wide enough with the cue ball here. Probably gonna have to play at a pretty slow speed for the left spin to catch enough. Not even gonna go to the right long rail. Must be too sharp. Coming around 2 rails towards the 1. Three.
Nice
shots.
hit.
Amit can play safe behind the 3-6. I think she'll try to shoot the 1 into the 5. That'll open up the 5 for later in the rack, and she'll be the favorite if she gets the cue ball behind the 3-6 here. It's a good shot. Tied up the 2 a little more. But did take care of the problem on the 5.
1 corner.
Two rail kick again for Fiddler. Kind of got like going to the rail she's in front of right now. Not this time, and it's going to open up the 2 a little bit. Didn't make it much better. But Amit might be able to play the cue ball into the 6 and get a good angle on the 2.
I'm surprised she's not looking to go into the 6 ball for shape on the 2. She's looking at going into the 2 ball.
Yeah, I would have kind of favored the 6 there, but this worked out well.
Sure did.
She can run into the 3, pushing it to the left.
2 corner.
This is good as well. Just avoid moving other balls if you don't have to. So Amit looking to draw level in the second set now.
corner.
Looks like she's just straight enough to hold with a little more distance than ideal on the 5. Pretty comfortable pocketing. No need to overplay the cue ball here. Could draw off the 9 now.
She's laughing because she almost overran that and got behind the 6.
Extension.
And the cue ball is just not playing off the 9 perfectly. It's going to leave some distance on the 6. And anytime you're running into another ball, tough to really pinpoint the position of the cue ball. I wonder, she might be straight enough to avoid it altogether. She is. Cue ball's going the wrong way now, though. And very straight, where it's going to be not possible to bring it around 3 rails. So I'm going to go forward 1 rail here. With a bunch of left spin. Not bad, George.
7 corner.
Well, she's got an up and down shot with a cue ball for position on the 9.
Good, and a chance for Filler to get on the hill in the second set now. Another thin one. Tough to control the cue ball exactly. She's confident enough to draw this slightly or play it with some left spin. She can come to the left of the 10. This is the safer pocketing approach, but I believe the cue ball is kind of running into the 9 here. Who's going forward? Look out for the corner. It's good. And looking good to get on the hill now. Pretty big miss from Amit on the 7. He started going a little badly when she got position on the 5.
This 10 ball gets her there, Eric. Gets her close to the 1 game away from winning the second set, and as you guys like to say, drawing level.
Did make a ball in her last break. Been struggling overall. Just looking to get a good square hit. Decent chance to make something. 8 ball flying in there as a replay.
And Pia with 3 games in a row in that second set. Now leads at 3-1. Let's take a. Here we go. Leading 3-1, breaking to win set number 2.
Try to cut it a little bit, not with big power either. So 8 balls below the side pockets and not a lot of movement on it, at least 4 of them. I'm sure there's matches where she gets up around 50%, but it's just something that she's going to have to figure out going forward to really get to that upper echelon, because you have to be making balls at a decent percentage to even just have control of the first shot, never mind having a chance to lock your opponent out and break and run the rack.
Two corner.
Give a two-way try for Amit there. Two-way part worked out well. So it's pretty unlikely that she has a window between the 4-9.
Sanson.
She's got to go straight at it. I'm not sure she can make it if she goes 2 rails at it. She could play safe off of it, though, with good speed. Like this. Oh, she almost made that ball. She did go for it.
Just trying to go off the top side and kind of get safe with the 2 ball back to the short rail. It's always easy to miss the whole ball when you're doing that, but it's something that just has to be attempted. Not going to get away with just going for the hit there. I think I might have to break into the 5. She gets an angle with the cue ball near the right long rail on the 4. Be playing nicely towards the 5. Over top of the 8 now.
There's the angle, Eric.
Yes, over top of the 8, so made it a lot tougher. Gonna have to stun at it a little bit.
Sanson.
I think it's still worth it to stay on offense here. Anytime you're elevated, though, just increases the difficulty on the shot by a lot. She has distance here, too. She can play a decent safe if she cuts the 4 between the 6-9, but looks like she is going to go offense. Tough shot. Not quite sure what she was thinking with the cue ball there. Maybe a bank on the 5. Might have just overdrawn it. Same problem for P on the 5. Not really available anywhere. Can have a chance at the combo now. It's on a pretty good line for it. Five ball's going to open up 1 or 2 rails towards the left side of the table.
Oh, hits the combo perfect.
Yeah, unlucky with the result on the 5. But she'll be the first one playing safe here. Can find a way to get a game winner, possibly cue ball behind the 8. Cue ball's playing a little long off that play, so she's going to go behind the 10. Left the jump for Amit. I think she's going to take it. Chance to get control back here. Got it.
Nice jump shot on by Amit there.
Makes it close to the 8. She'll be looking to bring it back to 3-2 now. Didn't want to be on the rail, but decently natural position across table. Don't believe she'll need to spin it. Cue ball's playing on top of the 10. He's putting up a bit of left. Shot.
10 corner.
And after losing 3 games in a row, Amit comes back with one of her own and now only trails 2-3. I will say Pia has gotten close to making that one ball in the side pocket on several of her breaks.
Yeah, I think that's what she's going for. She's going for a cut break, and that's why it's a part of it's this. Yeah, a part of it's the speed, and a part of it's when you cut the rack like that, the balls aren't going to spread as good. I mean, with the power she's hitting it at, I wouldn't necessarily not advise to try and hit that cut because you're not really going to make anything else besides the one anyways. And she's just kind of leaving jammed up racks for her opponents. It'll work. It'll be fine against most players, but just with a player like Amit, you want to have the first shot a little more often. And I think it's going to be a little tough to overcome in this match, but we'll see.
Well, in that set we were following, Tkach and Centeno are tied 1 set apiece.
Yeah, it's just nip and tuck there. 2 great players matching up in the first round.
Yeah, keep in mind, Christina won it last year and Centeno won it the year before.
Ball down for a mid, and she can take an offensive combo try. Safe play was decently high percentage behind the 6-8, but the center hit the speed. Chance for filler. Have to see how thin she is on this cut. Definitely is on the thin side.
This could get tricky.
Yeah, cue ball's running into the 6 here, and that's not going to provide any cover. Just going to try to bank the one up the middle, but also looking for a way to hide the cue ball.
Stanson.
And she has to draw it to get it to the left of the 6. Extremely tough to control exact draw over this distance. Well, she was able to get around it. Up behind the 7, though. Distance here. Filler can beat the scratch going and playing the one into the corner. 3 ball nice and over the left middle. Got it. 10 ball might come to her rescue. And an apology. Filler thinks like she has something covered. I think Amit has room here. Good shot. Nicely on the 3. Checking now if the 6 passes the 8. Believe it should. I'm trying to draw back 1 rail. Has to be a little careful of the 9 coming back across. I didn't really like going forward here, but she's on a good angle. Looking pretty comfortable in the last 5 balls now. Chance to make it hill-hill in the second set. This is a set that Filler you would think has to win. A real tall order. She goes down the first 2 sets. Amit's a little straight here. So she might have the worst angle where the cue ball is kind of drawing into the corner and tough to develop any positive angle going forward. I think she'll have to go forward. That's about all she could do there. Nice shot.
Corner.
Looks like we're going to the hill here, George. And it'll be Amit to break in rack number 7. Winner of this match will advance to the quarterfinals. Amit's been decently successful on the break, coming in at around 50%, I would think.
And here she goes, breaking for the set.
Across the rack a little. Four-railer had a chance, but it got kicked away, and first chance is going to go to Filler. 3 balls only available on the right, bottom right.
Did she find the window? Looks like she did.
Yeah, she looks okay with it, but the cue ball might be moving to the right just a little. Gonna have to find a way to run into the 4 and still be on the 3.
Just a little
It's playing to
stun
the
run
inside
forward.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's playing to the inside of the 4, so she can get it going back to the left, but the inside of it's kind of a following angle. And then it's tough to slow the cue ball down. You're right, though. If she plays some kind of soft stun or stun follow, might be able to get there.
Got there.
Not bad. That's a run into the 10 now, but that's going to play okay for the 4 in the right middle.
Yeah, undercut the ball. Hit it a little thick. And it stayed up. And now it's Amit with the advantage.
Yeah, pretty good one. 6 lies good for the 7. 7's only available from small. Ooh, didn't want to catch the point there. One was playing for the 4 on the side, I believe, or at least closer to the 4 in the corner. Cue ball's kind of running into the 6 now. She could stun follow it to the right of the 6.
Extension.
Oh,
shot.
that was a good shot.
A lot tougher than it looked there. Elevation, decent amount of speed, had to be targeted well. This was a big turning point in this match for Filler. And Mick will be hyper-focused to get these last 5 down because it'll mean a big advantage going forward. Looking good here, George. Just to come back from the
Yeah, I
eye of
just
the
don't
side.
see. I just don't see where she could make a mistake here.
Yeah, just underdrawing towards the 9 would be the only thing, really.
Yeah. I like going here with inside and going 3 rails to the middle of the table.
It's a little thick, so I think she's going to favor the draw. Well, you're right. A little too much angle, but she can draw to the left of the side pocket if she wants. I think she'll have to. Any more angle on the 10's a little too risky. But just a little more speed than ideal here for Amit. It's down.
Corner.
Filler was up 3-1 in this set, but made a strong comeback on the 3 ball in the hill game from Filler. Looks like it's going to prove costly.
Come out.
And down 3-1. Rubelin Amit takes 3 games in a row to win set number 2. Now leading 2-0. 3 out of 5 sets races to 4. So now Pia is in a must-win situation in this 3rd set.
Yeah, it looks like Filler's going to take a break here, and we'll take a quick break too, and we'll be back here for set number 3. Lots more to come.
Be right back. Well, as we wait for the players to make their way back into the arena, Pia's already patiently waiting. Coming up November 25th through December 2nd in Gandia, Valencia, Spain, you'll have 8 days with the juniors in the 10-ball World Championships. You also have a men's international open in 10-ball, an international open for the women, and a mixed doubles open. And Pia is to break in the third set as she won the lag. So we're back to starting point. Trailing 2-0. Ball on the break. She may have an open shot on the one. She does. 2 balls tied up with the 5-6.
Yeah, first chance at the one after the break for Filler. Switch sides on that one. Cut it again. Got one down, shot on the one here.
If you've just joined us, that smooth, silky voice you just heard from Eric Horlifson from Canada, and I am George Teachea from Tucson, Arizona, in the US of A. This is 3 out of 5 sets, races to 4. Amit leads 2-0.
A little surprised she thinks she can't get around the 6 here, but she would obviously know. Didn't even come over and look at the angle. Try something off the right long rail. Didn't think to call the 7 there. Unlikely. Just left distance for Filler. Kubo could possibly miss the 10 through to the short rail, but then he'd be playing towards the 5-6. Got into it thickly, opened it up nicely to the right. Still in tougher position on the 5. I don't believe it passes the 6. Tight on the 4, so tough spot here. Doesn't seem too worried, George, that the 5 might pass the 6.
It's close. It's very close. If not, she has a nice roll up on the 6. No, I guess it doesn't because she came all the way down here for the 5 in the side.
And these are the kind of racks she's going to have to put together if she wants to win the match. Break, make a ball, play safe, control the game to some amount. She did have a good lead in the second set at 3-1. Was able to come back strong. She looks comfortable, George. Not really missing too many pots or really doing any kind of nervy things. So Mit's played well.
And she draws one back and gets ahead in the third set. It's the first time she's won.
The match goes on.
Yeah, it's the first time she's won the first game in the set. Let's see if it makes a difference. Did Amit come to the table that set? I mean, that game? Or was that a break and run?
Kick.
Okay.
She had one kick, hit it decently, but Filler came up with a nice long 2 to get back in the driver's seat. Again, not much action out of the middle of the rack. Bunch of balls on the same end of the table as the racking end. So Amit has the thin left side of the 1. Ideally, she'll want to have enough of it that she can bank the 1 to the short rail and back up maybe towards the 8. So she doesn't have enough of it. Considering leaving the window between the 4-10.
Seven corner.
Well, might have been just thinking, where's the 1 going to go if she tries to carom? Good shot. Shot on the 1. Cue ball coming across table for the 2 where she needs to be. Tough on the pocketing here, but at least she'll stay on offense.
Yeah, it looks like she might be able to come straight across between the 3 and the 6 right there.
Bit of a two-way element with the 6-10 blocking the right side of the table. Good shot. Barely got it down, but the bank's there if she wants it. If not, she can play the cue ball below the 6. Oh, didn't want to catch the 4 and go in. That's a tough roll.
What's back?
Filler's going to put her right back in here. Doesn't want to be going down 2 games in the third set.
Speaking of down 2 games in the third set, Centeno leads 3-1 in the third set over Tkach.
3 corner.
Overcut this one, but left some distance. Filler's not going to be able to hold the cue ball 1 or 2 rails here.
Three corner.
Just called it in. Just kind of playing more safe on that one. Amit can try to bank the 3 to the bottom left. Some coverage over there. A little tough to hold the cue ball where it's not drawing off the right long rail and too far back over to the left side.
3 corner.
She has called it. Just got to cue this low. Take as much energy out of the cue ball as you can. She's got it, George.
What a good shot.
She has that she has that weapon on the long banks too. I've seen her hit a few of them from time to time. Just makes those shots at a higher percentage than a lot of the women's field.
And you know, when that object ball is closer to the rail, that bank shot's easier to make. When it's out in the middle like that, it's a tough shot.
Mm-hmm. So she might have left the left side of the 4, but tough to get safe off the left side because the cue ball's near the rail.
Four corner.
Did try to dig down into it, but just couldn't get low enough on it to get it back below the 10. A chance for a mitt now. Looks like the 5 passes the 6.
I was going to ask, that's exactly where I was going. I was going to say, if that 5 passes the 6 ball, Eric, she's got a good chance of taking this game down.
Yeah, I think she's okay. Oh, I had to come underneath it. Crash on it, but it's actually going to help her randomly. Must go now.
5
Have to
corner.
avoid the 8 coming around 2 rails.
Six corner.
Looking pretty strong here.
Yeah, starting off with the bank on the 3, just making something happen.
Sure.
Coming through all the way through the rack offensively.
Yeah, making that bank on a 3 and basically stealing this game. And I got a trivia question for you at the end of this rack, Eric.
Okay.
You've done very well with them.
Had a couple funny answers, but I've had some good ones too.
Well, that's the whole point of the questions, is to have fun with them.
Nice side.
Yeah.
I actually think you'll get this one. Oh, looking really good here.
10 corner.
And this 10 ball to tie it up 1 apiece. What player in the Women's 10 Ball World Championships has been a semifinalist or better in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years since 2009? Semifinalist or better.
Is it a myth?
No, Amit she's won it twice, and she was a semifinalist in 2010. So she would have fit the bill for 3 years, but not 5.
Oh, this is tough. I'm not sure. She's playing in this year's tournament?
She is in this year's tournament. In fact, right now she is in the final 16 and trailing. This will give it away. Trailing Cho Chia Chiat 2-1 and 1-0 in the fourth set.
I haven't looked at the draw, so I don't know who Cho's playing, but is it Jasmine Ocean?
Kelly Fisher.
Okay, yeah. That would have been the best guess.
Yeah.
One of the most consistent finishers over the last 15 years.
Yeah, she was a semifinalist in 2010, won it in 2011, semifinalist, runner-up in 2013 to Rubelin, and then in 2022 and 2023 she was a semifinalist.
Yeah, she's fallen off just a little bit lately. Came through on the loser's side to qualify for the final 16. I think it's just partly due to the women's field getting so strong now. She's up there with them, but it's hard to dominate every tournament like she did when the Asians weren't coming over. Decent start for Filler. Bit of traffic moving back towards the 4.
Oh, she got that one to slide in.
There. Yeah, she's got a slight angle going to the right off the 3. That could play okay to bring the cue ball in between the 7-10. Position was never going to be easy on the 4 regardless. This ball can be missed. Bit of speed, bit of left spin. Good shot. Gonna have to go forward here. 2 rails. 5 in the left middle. Wants to make sure she gets good on the 5. These side pockets are tight, and anytime the object ball's that far from it, really don't want to be looking at anything that far off angle. Not bad. Cue ball's running into the 9. Right where she needs to be for the 6.
You know, as I see these side pockets again, I was just I was looking at my table here at home. It's got 4 and an 1/8 inch pockets, but the side pockets are almost 5 inches. Those are nowhere close to even 4.5.
Yeah, they're really shallow. So typically you play the ball to the top part of the rail, but it's so shallow that the rail's just not sticking out much. Really, only the center of the pocket's available. Oh, and a miss out of nowhere. This is going to hurt Filler.
That cloth is tightened up. Usually that slides in, but it had some speed, had some pace on it. So,
yeah, just put under a lot of pressure by Amit in this match. Hasn't played badly, but just a couple spots like that could have gone better. Got for the cue ball behind the 8. Or the 10, pardon me. It is. Amit's looking down to see if she has any part of the 8. Definitely doesn't have the pocketing edge, I don't think.
I think she has the right side. Awfully close.
Yeah, try to thin back cut. Created a little distance, but a let off for filler here. Let's see if she can turn it around. Good shot. Good on the 9. Can hold for the 10. Bit of a turning point here in the third set. Filler likely back in the lead now.
And this 10 ball to go up a game again. And Pia leads for the second time, 2-1. In set number 3, a must-win set for Pia Filler.
Yeah, Filler's going to have to clean up those mistakes. She wants to make a comeback here. It comes with a good 8, and she got her second chance.
Well, let me give you a update on another one of the previous champions, Jasmine Ocean. She leads 2-0, but is tied 3 games apiece in the third set versus Zit Hui Charlene Chai from Singapore. And here comes Pia, breaking it 2-1 in set number 3.
Middle of the rack hasn't
Cue
been
ball.
separating that good.
Cue ball.
Yeah, worst case result here for Filler.
And it's a wide open rack, Eric.
Yeah, just the 3. Creative option to run into it here. She can still come below it and shoot in one of the middle pockets or one of the bottom corner pockets. Off the 7 could work, but that's always tougher than you think. Just going to try to come below it. Think for the side. Corner will work too. Players avoiding the sides a little.
You know, even though the side pocket is as tight as they play as tight as they do, it's still the closer pocket. So probably the easier shot, especially when you're lined up like this.
Yeah, it's in between. It's a judgment call. Problem with playing it on the side, though, is that she's going to the right side of the table and she'll have to go on the side again. Playing an option for 2 pockets. Nicely done from Amit. He's playing well. Next problem for Amit is the 8. Not clear if it passes the 9. I have a feeling it doesn't. Think there's any way it goes, George?
Anyway, the 8 ball goes by the 9. No, she's going to have to play short side, I believe. And actually, if she gets on the 7 ball good, she comes down to it real nice. She can bring the cue ball. Oh, she's going to go the other way. I like coming across. I like, getting
I did
the
too.
angle of the long rail there and come down right into the second diamond from the corner pocket.
I did too. It must go. She wouldn't have played it this way otherwise.
Yeah.
She's okay. Passes.
Eight corner.
Oh, yeah. She knew that went.
Out from Amit here. 2 balls into the side pocket. Nothing straightforward. 3 ball complicating things a lot. Found her way through the rack.
And again, a little bit of a come from behind, trailing 2-1. But the second set, she was trailing 3-1, and came back with 3 straight games. Well, as we saw, that scratch by Pia on the break left Amit this very fine run out, and run out she did. Maneuvered a couple shots to the side pocket and took it down to tie things up.
Amit hasn't had many break-in runs in this match. I don't believe any. She's got the 4-railer down this time.
In fact, I think that was the first 10-ball run.
Yeah, been a lot of safe plays we usually see in the 10-ball matches.
1 corner.
Got the 1 this time. 5's not really available anywhere. Let's get the 1 down, first order.
Oh, it stayed up.
Cut. I don't know if she's left either rail to get at the one. Don't believe she can see it directly. Maybe between the 8-9. Yeah, she has to swerve at it, George. Late swerve, too.
Yeah, these are the kind you usually follow right in or do that. How many times have you had a masse shot to get to a ball like that and you follow it right in?
Yeah, because you're just kind of swerving towards the angle, and if you
Sure.
catch the rail a little bit, it has the same spin usually to kind of spin it into the pocket.
Or you overspin it and go right into it and follow it right in without even catching a rail. Yeah, one way or the other, but yeah, those shots are a little. It's unusual, but it happens often enough that you want to shy away from them.
Not sure if she can get on the 5 on an angle where she can play it in the top left. Looks like the 6 is blocking a fair bit of it. Same kind of issue with the combo. 6 is just positioned funnily up, oddly up against it. It's not really available anywhere. She can go into it. There'll be safes available if she does end up below it. But I think trying to develop something's a good idea here. She did try to go into it. She's going to get a decent roll, still having a look at it. Going to have to hope the 5's not contacting the 6 on the way through. If it's not, she can play the cue ball comfortably behind the 6.
Look how nice that shot. That's I'm going to take a guess here or go out on a limb and say that's a game winner.
Yeah, she's going to have to get a little fortunate after hitting the 5. Multiple rail hit.
Extension.
Not really any standard kick safes.
5 corner.
Creates difficulty using the bridge on a shot like this.
Legal.
That's a good shot. Had a chance to make it in the corner. And she's left it pretty thin. Amit will be going for this, but could have been easier for her. Wonder if she'll try to run the cue ball into the 9 here. Don't think it's that big a risk with the 9 lining up with the 6.
5 corner.
Looks to be what she's trying.
Extension.
Took a look at it.
Kind of hit it. Speed's going to be a little off because of that. Landed right on the 50-yard line. Thin cuts into the corner on the side, only available.
6 side.
I would definitely consider the safe here. Just bank it to the bottom rail and the cue ball behind the 8.
6 side.
It lays pretty nice for that. She went for the bank and the safety.
2 ways and got her stuck again. Maybe one rail off the short rail, but it's the only option for a one rail kick.
Foul. Foot foul.
Fairways off of that one.
That was
Just
2
been
tough
put in a lot of
safeties in
tough
a row.
spots by Amit. Yeah, just glued to another ball. Multiple rails both times. And Amit looking to get on the hill now. She's played very well, just 2 missed balls in the first set. Filler gained a little offensive charge in the second set. But Amit was still able to come out on top. She hasn't been able to win the World 10-Ball Championship since it's been reiterated by Predator.
Right corner.
Was a winner twice in the past. But she'll be gunning for this title.
10 corner.
And if she does get it, she'll hold the Women's World 9-Ball title and the Women's World 10-Ball title at the same time.
And that was done once by Cho Chae-yu. And she's 1 game away from moving on into the quarterfinals, which will be at 5:30 local time here in Indonesia. And the semifinals will be Sunday morning at 11. The final will be at 6 p.m. Sunday. Well, Bingke from the Philippines breaking to close out the set and the match. Eight ball flew into the side
Ball down.
pocket. There goes a 7. No.
Three ball almost kissed the 1, but the 1's ended up safe. Some good safe options here for Amit, particularly over with the cue ball on the left side of the table. Big wall of blockers on that side.
And Jasmine Ocean, the first player to move into the quarterfinals from the last 16. 3 straight set win. And Jessica Santana leads 3 games to 0 and 2 sets to 1. She's a game away from closing out the match and sending the reigning world 10-ball champion home.
It might be able to play the 1 into the side off the 6 here. I feel like it's playing a little long in the pocket.
Wow. First wow.
Missed it altogether. She's given up some games on kicks in this match. They haven't been easy ones. A lot of them have been multiple rail ones. But you can see Amit's all-around game just coming out as it usually does, putting filler in tough spots. And a ball in hand, chance now to take the match down.
Yeah, you got to feel for Pia. I mean, she really hasn't done much wrong. She's just been put in so many tough spots. And then to be leading 3-1, and Rubelin just opens up with a barrage and wins 3 games in a row to close out the set. She can't be feeling too good.
Yeah, Amit locked her out in the last game too. And a lot of games, really, not in break and run fashion, but just keeping control of the rack.
And for those of you that are unaware, Bingkay is Rubelin Amit's nickname from the Philippines. Gets on this 9 ball, then the match is over. She's straight in. And by the way, Rubelin Amit is a Predator-sponsored player. Didn't try to come down for the side, Eric.
Yeah, still okay for the knot, just playing across one rail. Match in her hands and a spot in the quarterfinals.
Hand corner.
And there it is. Rubelin Amit moves into the quarterfinals And Pia leaves the tournament. She did get to the final 16, so she has earned herself a $4,000 payday.